What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I think it would be fun to run a newspaper. I think it would be fun to run a newspaper.
Is the Al Travis Show. And I know a lot of people give me a hard time about when I say, oh, one of my favorite guests of all times. It is, well, I mean it when I say, hey, one of my favorite guests of all times is Senator Susan Kent. How are you, Senator?
I'm doing well, Al. And why do people give you a hard time about that?
Well, see, what was Guy Weekend? We had Big Guy Weekend up in the cities last weekend in kind of the New Prague area. There's a golf tournament.
The cities.
Yeah, nice place. By the way, I just shout out to New Prague. What a cute town. A lot of stuff. Great golf courses. I'm a big fan. That being said, so I'm sitting around with the guys. Big guys are five of us with my six of us, and we're talking about the show and stuff. And we're 50-50 as far as Dems and Republicans, if you broke it down. Some really out there on the left, others moderates. But anyway, what a mass. So who's your favorite political guest on? And I said, well, I can only go by what I've done. Senator Susan Kent's the only person that gets an hour on the program. He goes, well, why is that? I said, because she's Looney Tunes, but I love her for it. Now, you live in the woods with bears. Okay, you're eating granola. Yeah, and you're out the woods today. I said, but what gets me about her is we disagree on just about everything, but we do it with all the stuff that I try to get done on the show. I would like to disagree and still love Susan Kent. I'd like to disagree and realize she's more, to me, you're not as nuts politically as you are just your life and living in the woods with bears. And I think that's okay, right? I can tell you right to your face. And so you came up on Big Guy Weekend.
Would agree with you. My friends in real life would agree with you.
As an example, and I told you, I have two feelings, right? I'm happy or sad. And then you take that as some sort of flippant challenge and you listen to the show and you're writing down feelings or something. I don't even want to know the list, but that's just who you are. I find you intriguing. I love having you on this show. I don't think today we're going to get along very well at any of the topics, but I'm happy as heck you're here. And I just want to say that I do mean it when I say it with Senator Susan Kent. You're my favorite guest in this time slot.
Well, thank you. And I always have such a good time.
We do. How are you now? I don't know this because you've never invited me. Is this year-round cabin? Is this I've got to blow out the water lines and come back?
Well,
spring cabin?
we don't winterize. I mean, we do shut it down if for no other reason than we don't want it to be attractive to bears to help themselves while we're gone.
See, the rest of us don't think like that, Ken. We don't worry about the bears going through our stuff. That's just so strange to me. Yeah. Now, I brought up New Prague, where you're Lutzenish mountain area?
The Moose Mountain right behind me right there. So, yeah.
So,
and Eagle Mountain right over there. Yeah.
And those are ski slopes. I get that. I skied Lutzen Mountain. But in the summer, what do they do? Is it like inner tube down in it, or is that just closed off? Because what do you do in the...
So we've had it's been a really great trip, and we had family here last week, and that was fun. But I mean, we are in the thick of fall right now, and in fact, the maples, because was been such a long season, the maples are already pretty much getting past peak, but we still got birch and aspen to come, and then of course tamarack.
Of course, no idea. It's like playing with Yul Gibbons. I have no idea. Maple, I know what a maple tree is. After that, I'm gone.
People hike, people bike. There's just tons of trails back here. And we were out driving around some of them. We're looking forward to cross country skiing and snowshoeing this winter. So we were checking out some new trail areas, and it's so much fun. And so it's just absolutely stunning here. And of course, we get to look at the beautiful big lake, and there are inland lakes, and people do inland lake stuff. And
the actual mountain itself, though, is that pretty much closed down because it's not skiing, or do they have a summer activity that they have
do? Two main summer activities, and people hike all around in this area. The Poplar River runs through the valley, and so there is I love the Alpine slide. I did that with my 12-year-old great nephew a few weeks ago. You ride up the chairlift, and then you come down in the slide, and it's great fun. And then the other one is you can take the gondola up to, you go from the Eagle Mountainside over to the Moose Mountainside. You go over the Poplar River Valley, and it's just beautiful because you have a beautiful view of the lake. There's a beautiful golf course here too, Al. I do need to point
I've
out.
golf Lucid Mountain. Let me ask you, this is back to you being a little off bubble for me. So I get you want to wander around the woods in the summertime. You got your hiking boots on. Okay, there are bears out there. I don't do these things, but go ahead. But then you talk about snowshoeing and ooh, how much fun that is. So it's like hiking around in the exact same woods when it's freezing cold and it's 10 times harder because you got snowshoes things on. Why is it hard? Why get a snowmobile?
Just why?
Well, just you saying it's so much fun. It's the exact same sport, only harder. It's walking, but with shoes. I don't get you people. I don't.
It looks different, right? I mean,
it's all white. Yeah, it's snow
summer,
everywhere. I get.
Fall, winter, very different landscapes. It's fun playing in the snow. It's great.
Right. We're never gonna understand you. I don't.
And you know, knowing that I was, you know, a Southern girl for the first 40 years of my life, I love the fact that this is true for cross country skiing and snowshoeing. It's like you go out there, you get heated up because you're out working, right? And you just unzip your jacket a little bit, and it's like automatic air conditioning. And so it's just.
See, and she's smiling her face off right now. You just love this stuff. I love downhill skiing, but I would never have become a downhill skier if there weren't the invention of the chairlift. If you said, Al, go down, enjoy yourself, then spend 2.5 hours walking up the hill as you can do it again, would never happen for me. The chairlift is the only reason that works. Otherwise, you make no sense to me.
Well,
but I don't.
You go up a little, you go down a little. It's not like you're climbing Everest, for crying out loud. You know, it's
right now
and when you go down, it's like I go wee. And how often in our adult lives do we get to go wee?
That's a good point. I would mention though that at my age and my Fitbit, if I walk up 10 stairs, it lets me know I've made a goal. So don't talk to me. My life is very limited about walking up very high mountains. My watch will say, "Hey, you did 10 stairs a day. Bravo."
Do you know what else we did this week while we were here?
Well, how would I know?
We have volunteered with the Superior Hiking Trail Association, and we have adopted a segment of trail to maintain. And so we hiked through the woods with loppers and a little saw and the little nippers, and we go and we make sure that the growth does not impede on the hiking trail.
So now I'm imagining that there's like a 1 mile stretch of trail as you go, and there'll be a sign. This a mile of trail is brought to you by the Kents, and there's actually a guy put.
There's no sign. There's no sign. Yeah.
Think about signs. I love those when you drive down the road.
Yeah. But I do love those signs, but no, that would be a little too complicated for the entire length of the Superior Hiking Trail, which is another beautiful feature of the beautiful Minnesota North Shore of Lake Superior.
Okay, tell me you do this, because I know you do, but you will never admit it. So as soon as you drive by one of those signs on the highway saying this mile of roadway is brought to you by X family, don't you start looking around to see if they've cleaned up lately? I have to. Like, hey, we're the Kent family. There's trash over here. You know you do it. Everybody does. Come on. And is it just me? It's not just me.
I may be weird because, you know, in my previous marketing career, my client was the Texas Department of Transportation. Oh. And so we did Don't Mess with Texas. So I worked for that ad.
Oh, wow. Okay. I remember that.
Yeah. And but so like we are familiar with the highway cleanup process, and it only happens twice a year. Everybody's committed to doing it twice a year. So yes, trash will happen in between the cleanups, and I'm not going to hold that against the family adopters.
Okay, we're different that way, because as soon as I see one, like I want to know if they're doing their job right or not. All right, we'll be back at. Wow, first segment over. Back after this and more with Senator Susan Kent.
Hey, Brian, what do you call a lobbyist with a sense of humor?
Me?
Close. Momentum advocacy.
We help clients get real results at the Capitol with strategy, relationships, and just enough charm to make it fun.
From policy wins to media spots, we've got your back.
Nonprofits, businesses, coalitions, we've helped them all.
And we do it with nearly 90 years of combined experience.
Momentum advocacy.
As always, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more about our team at momentum-advocacy.com.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in Red Blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
It's nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
She's Senator Susan Kent. We call it clean up an aisle 9 or yeah, but you're welcome. By the way, I believe in that commercial break, I literally just gave the Democrats the 2026 election. Congratulations to you. So,
well, thank you. What was the gift?
I got an email, a text or whatever from somebody saying from some Republican group, if I don't do this survey right away and send some cash, dire things are going to happen, i.e. lose the election. And I didn't have my wallet with me and it was busy. And then, so I deleted it. So it's over. So,
well, thank you for taking one for the team. We appreciate it. And,
how much of those do you get?
I don't get any like that. I don't get any like that. What is wrong with?
See, here's the problem. And I will be honest as I can. I think I gave, and this was 100 years ago. You remember Representative Bob Gunther, my representative down here? He's been out already 10 years or something. He ran 20 years before that. So when I first came to town, he and I became friends. And I think I donated $25 to his reelection back then. And of course, they want your phone number and the thing. And I can't get off the list. I can't stop enough to make it stop. So I can't imagine them have your
stop works for us. I will say one of the things that frustrates me is they sell their lists.
Yes.
And that's not okay to me. Right. And
100%.
Because it's like I give to my local candidate. That doesn't mean I want to, support the attorney general's candidate from Indiana.
Exactly. Oh my God, these other states.
I unsubscribe from those. I hit stop on those. I hit stop. I really don't. I personally don't like the text messages on my phone, so I hit stop on almost all of those. But that's me. And that works. So, but like I said, I really think there is something different that goes on between the parties. No. It's too much. And I know Democratic voters and donors are fed up because they feel like it's too much. But that kind of, it's like,
it must, but you're a marketing person. It must work. If they send it from Indiana to Allen, if they send 20 of them, 100 of them out, 1 in 5 will send some money or something. I have no idea, but it must work or they would stop it.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, we do know that about a lot of the stuff that we all say we hate. We hate negative ads, but guess what? They work better than the other stuff, And so, we do have it in our power to stop some of this if we can get our uncles to quit falling for it.
Who was I talking to? We were doing this on the show here last week with somebody. I'm not going to remember. You want to give to your party. You want your guy to win. If you wait, what I mean by that, you get that first one about the other one, and the commercial comes out, and they're in the black and white and look like an old Hitler film. Don't give that day. Don't give that week. Wait till the one comes out and says, I'm for this and I'm for that, and I love, and then that week set it in, because these campaigns literally track which ads get them money, and if we all did that, you would see very quickly those negative ads go away.
Could change. Yes, I agree completely. We the whole
Mark
system,
the tape.
all the
She agrees with me completely.
And now we're getting into AI. They know they can. They have the tools to really assess what's effective, and we can just say enough, and we're done. And but
I don't want to. Well, I do, because we can't get into a big topic right now. But so let's do this one. You talk about AI, and for the most part, I mean, computers are going to help the world. Maybe they won't in the long run. AI bothers me a lot, and in your line of work or my line of work, is that when you can't believe your own lying eyes, when there are ads, and there was one of Donald Trump, I think it was Trump, maybe it was Biden. It was Biden behind the desk, and he starts spouting off, and he's Effenheimer this and that, and you knew instantly it was a joke, right? But you couldn't tell it wasn't him saying that.
Right. It was well done, and it's only going to get better.
Well, this is my point. So now you're going to say somebody says, "Oh, he called somebody this." I'd never said that. Well, here's the video, and you'll never know the truth anymore. How scary is that?
I don't. This, who's really? This is funny. I was reading this article because I was awake in the middle of the night about Marjorie Taylor Greene in the New York Times this morning.
Couldn't sleep, huh? All right.
Exactly.
That's something I don't do, and she's on my team. All right.
But it was talking about, she's taken a stand on the Epstein files. She's standing up to Donald Trump on a few things. And one of them is AI. And she's really mad at the whole British thing with all the AI power brokers at Windsor Castle stuff. Right. And but this is exactly right. This is we don't have the right guardrails. We don't have the right guardrails on the existing internet we've got right now in the United States. Europe has done a much better job of that protects citizens. And and now we are moving into AI, which is going to be much, much worse. So did you ever see the animals on the trampoline?
Which animal? Oh yeah, just the compilation video. Well,
like somebody's like, oh, look what was in my backyard, and it's a trampoline, and like the raccoons are out there on the trampoline and they're bouncing, and I'm like, oh, isn't that cute? And then all of a sudden it's like bears, and then it's kangaroos from Australia, and I'm like, damn it, it's AI. But and now I don't believe any videos on the other.
See, but that's what's sad. Now you can't believe your own lying eyes. As elections go, I think what absolutely has to be done is like the fine for using AI in a deceiving way, whatever that is $2 quadrillion. Yeah. So that any representative, any senator, anybody who runs an ad that is made and is wrong, and boom, you'll never serve again because you can't. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what we got to do.
If we want to do a quick call to action on that one, everybody call our Senator Amy Klobuchar, because she is really strong on this issue, and we should all send our support for that. So,
Well, to me, that's such a it should be a nonpartisan thing.
Because, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm saying. Exactly.
And her and Amy Klobuchar are like this. I hear they hang out all the time.
I'm sure. I made that lunch.
It's your turn to buy her mine, Amy says. I don't remember. Well, you had the double latte. You owe me 8. We had to go to break. We didn't talk. People are like, do you even talk politics with this woman? We are. I'm going to actually lead into it, so we have to talk about it. We're going to talk about that red flag law that the Star Trib did a big story on. I think you and I probably see this a little differently, and a little, not a ton, but I think it's big enough. We'll chat about it. And then, of course, I don't know if you've noticed it today. Well, probably not in the woods. Government shut down when you left. You left. They said we're done. So
I'm here in the middle of the national forest. So yeah.
Well, now the bears are going to run wild because no one's there to take care of them. We'll be back after this with more with Senator Susan Kent on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with DustLock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
In the fight against suicide, every voice matters. Get involved in the movement to prevent suicide through attending a SAVE event near you. Visit save.org/events. That's save.org/events. Together, we can save lives. Together, we can make a difference.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. Sides are welcome.
And we're in the middle of it with Senator Susan Kent. We call it Clean Up in Aisle 9 or Yeah Butt. And so far, I think we all agree she's crazy living in the woods, but she likes it, so we let her do her thing. We'll get her back on the program here on the other side of the break, and we'll discuss some other more political stuff, including red flag laws. They had a big article about it in the Star Trib, and interesting. I mean, they did some studying on it. I think we are going to look at the difference and what that study shows and what it's going to lead us to. That'll be fun. Always a good time. And then the government shutdown. Maybe you didn't notice it this morning. Maybe you did. He lives in the National Forest. Some fewer park rangers out there, I presume, today. But other than that, we'll talk about how that all's going here on the show. So that's coming up on the Al Travis Show. It's Senator Susan Kent, Clean Up in Aisle 9 or Yeah Butt. More right after this.